Let's take a turn and focus in on the macros as well. Aditi Nair, senior economist at ICRA, joins in to chat a little bit more about that. And the street keenly awaiting, Aditi, the IIP and the CPI data. I just want to start off by understanding what your outlook is on the CPI inflation, because we understand it could ease to a 4-month low, and that would largely be attributed to the softening of the vegetable prices. What's your view?
Absolutely. What we're expecting is that the CPI inflation will recede below 5% after a couple of months and come in at around 4.8 or 4.9%. And the three main triggers for that are continued and a very sharp correction in prices of vegetables, particularly onions and tomatoes. Also some at least YOY reduction in the inflation rate for sugar, which we're expecting to see, and the reduction in crude oil prices on average that we saw in the month of February compared to January. So these are the three main reasons that we're expecting a pullback in the CPI inflation, and I think that should really come as a relief after the last few prints, which were much higher than that medium-term target of 4%. Although the easing off may be short-lived, we do expect that CPI inflation will rise again in Q1. And perhaps reach a peak in June or July.
What's the sense that you're getting when it comes to the IIP number? The range is about 4.7 to 8%, but the sense is that the growth momentum will continue at a slower pace versus what we've witnessed in December. What do you believe that would be attributed to?
Yeah. So our view is that the IIP growth will come in at around 6.2%, a little bit lower than last year, but still a fairly solid number as far as the overall industrial growth is concerned. So really looking at the lead indicators, we've got a very healthy core sector number, and that suggests that mining and electricity should do better than last month. And also the components of the core sector that really feed into manufacturing, which is refinery products, cement and steel, those also put up a pretty good number in January as compared to December. So the manufacturing part of the core sector should hold up as well. But when we look at some of the other components like the auto sector, where the base effect is wearing off, or even the non-oil export growth, although the correlation is not very good with the volume growth that the IIP shows, from the other non-core sectors, we are starting to see a little bit of a weaker trend setting in. Although overall, particularly the auto sector numbers, whether it's January or the February numbers that have just come out, remain extremely strong. So wearing off of the base effect should pull down the number for manufacturing, and particularly for capital goods and consumer non-durables. So that's the sense that we're getting. But overall, nothing really very adverse or very concerning at this point in time as far as the industrial growth is concerned.
Right. In terms of inflation, you mentioned that you again expect to pick up expect a pickup as far as inflation is concerned. Is that what the 10-year yield is also pricing in, and ignoring the data that probably may come out today?
Possibly, because overall, if we look at the trajectory for inflation, it's not like we're going to be on a steady downtrend from this point on. There are going to be some more prints which are going to be well above 5%, and possibly that's what the 10-year yield is pegging. Also, if we look at the average inflation, we're certainly looking at FY19 inflation being at least 100 basis points higher than the average FY18 inflation, and I think that's really something that is creating this lingering worry that could there be a rate hike toward the end of this calendar year, after August maybe, and that is something that will keep the bond market on tenterhooks. There are also a lot of unknowns as far as the inflation trajectory is concerned. How will the monsoon pan out in this year? What will be the impact of the budget proposals, whether it's the MSP hikes, Operation Greens, or even customs duty? All of these could have a significant impact on the inflation trajectory. So commodity prices as well, how does the INR move? So overall, we are looking at significant uptick in the FY19 average CPI inflation as compared to last year. And I think that's something that really doesn't allow us to rule out a rate hike toward the end of the year if the headline inflation monthly numbers remain elevated.
Say if the rate hike comes in towards the end of next year, will it be in line with your expectation, or you still think there is a chance that rates may remain where they are?
So we're definitely expecting there to be at least a short pause. We're not expecting any rate action till at least the June policy at this point in time, based on what our expectation of the inflation trajectory is, and also looking at the commentary of the MPC as well as the minutes of the meeting that were released recently. But after August, I think that's really when a lot of the known unknowns are going to sort of culminate, and we'll have a much better idea if inflation is going to remain high or if it's going to at least ease down in line with what the MPC has expected for H2 FY19. And by August, we should be in a much better position to gauge whether that rate hike will come in 2018, or if the pause is going to be longer than what we think right now.
All right, Aditi, we'll let you go on that note. Thanks very much for joining in and giving us a sense of all that's going on in the world of macros.